Hey nerds, welcome to JerBear Reacts. Today we're going to react to Season 1, Episode 1 of The Last of Us, entitled When You're Lost in the Darkness. It's finally here. This is going to be a weekly episodic thing, both for HBO and here for the reaction stuff. This will also be over on Patreon if you guys want to go check it out there. I'll have links and everything in the description box down below for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. I'm doing my intro out of order. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day, there's a reaction. Jerry will do his best work behind the scenes. I will have a timestamp in the play bar down there or up on screen for where the reaction start time as we ramble here for a second. If you are new to the channel and you see a blue screen pop up with the JerBear logo, all that is to fight the copyright stuff. Even though it falls under fair use with the reaction portion of it, sometimes it's hard to do the claim, and then it's like, no, we reject your dispute, and then now I got to re-edit it. So sometimes I just put the blue screen up. I'm going to try to do it without it. But if you see a blue screen pop up every 5 to 6 seconds, and it lasts for 5 to 6 seconds, you know why. Just like any other channel reaction style where they have the screen up down here, and then it disappears. So it looks something like this. It'll pop up for a second, and then it leaves their screen. Mine, the screen's up the entire time. I just have something covering it. It's a little bit transparent so you can still see, and that's the way we go about it. So, The Last of Us. This is a PlayStation 3 exclusive game that was remastered for the PlayStation 4, and then The Last of Us 2 came out for the PS4 as well, right? It was just PS4. I think, yeah, it was PS5 was after that, if I'm not mistaken. They just recently remade The Last of Us for the PlayStation 5 with a little bit enhanced graphics. This is one of the best video games ever made. Listen, I still am an Xbox person. I like Microsoft products. I have an Xbox Series X. I got the PS5. I'm surrounded by consoles. I have a wall of games right here from Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I just like Xbox. I'm a big Halo fan. But there's no denying the exclusivity power that Sony PlayStation has. You have many of games. Many of games. Of course, you have the God of Wars. You have the Spider-Mans. But you also have The Last of Us, which is a tremendous series, a phenomenal game, kind of unanimously across all gaming fans' opinions. The Last of Us is one of the best games ever made. Last of Us 2, a little more split down the middle for fans. I'm somebody who loves The Last of Us 2. I don't necessarily agree with the ending, but I understand the ending. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. So overall, I love The Last of Us 2. I do like The Last of Us 1 better. Last of Us 2's gameplay is obviously tremendous, but those two games are fucking splendid. Going in a little bit hesitant for this, just because of the casting. Now, obviously, I love Pedro, right? Bella's here, and while they don't give off the initial vibes of Joel and Ellie, that doesn't mean anything, right? It's about how they act and how they perform within the show. The fan casting stuff can sometimes get to our heads. I saw the guy that played Jaime Lannister, and the girl, I just forgot her name. She was a part of the fan casting. She was in a Netflix movie. I got nothing for you all. I got nothing. But those two looked like Joel and Ellie, but it's not about how you look, it's about how you act. And it's if they can bring it in. The one thing that did bring concern for me was the fact that Bella admitted that they told her not to play the games, but she says she did end up watching gameplay footage while preparing for her role, which I think is weird that shows like The Witcher and etc. want people to, and Halo, God, want people to stay away from their product, the source material, and yet they want to go on their own way. But I think here, staying true to, you have to stay true to the games. Staying true to the game, staying true to that story. The Last of Us has one of the most incredible openings I've ever seen. I'm going to stop rambling. I just love these games. I hope you guys love them as well. I'm excited to go on this adventure. This video on HBO is an hour and a half. I don't know how long the reaction portion will be. The full hour and a half, probably 2 hours, will be split up into parts on Patreon again, just so you guys know if you want to check it out. You don't have to ever do that. It's just an option. I'm going to hop into this. Jerry, get to work. Whew. All right. 1968. Cordyceps! Now, the word pan meaning all, is that from a different language? Is that because, like, is that why Pangea is called Pangea? What if they just said fuck the games and was like, hey, this game's based off of COVID, which means we're all infected, which means I'm possibly a clicker.
Start. Sometimes millions of people die.
Every 100 years there's a pandemic.
But in the end, we always win.
So
fungus.
Fungus. Yeah. The fungi.
Response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not to kill,
I'm gonna take just a second. This guy right here on the right, that's positioned in the middle of this table, looks like the world's tallest man statue that's at the fucking Ripley's Museum. How tall is this guy right here? My brother looks at least 7 feet. Either that, or he's just an average tall guy, and the dude over here on the left is just an itty bitty little human guy.
To direct the ant's behavior, telling it where to go, what to do, like a puppeteer with a marionette. And it gets worse. The fungus needs food to live, so it begins to devour its host from within.
100%. I love everything what's happening right here with this opening of the show. Puppeteers. I'm just going to give a quick recommendation. Puppeteers, if you grew up and you liked Pinocchio, watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's one of the best movies I think I've ever watched. It is emotional. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It is a unique take on Pinocchio, and it's fucking beautiful. I'm just saying.
And taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us.
Imagine if you're asleep, it crawls into your brain.
Poisoned minds.
Look at y'all looking like puppets.
On one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
So if that happens,
it's the end of the human species. Put an L up on the motherfucking scoreboard. 2003. I was a little kid. A lot of y'all wasn't even fucking born yet, little babies. Oh, is that Sarah? Okay. It is Sarah. We got Joel waking up. I would also recommend people play the games first, by the way. This is one of the best openings to any video game ever made. It's fucking wild. Oh, dude, imagine being able to watch this without actually knowing the game portion. That's fucking cool.
Sorry.
That's the Mandalorian.
Birthday pancakes. I swear.
Ugh, OJ right after a sip of coffee? That cannot be good on your palate.
Hey, you still alive, you old fucker?
Aw, he loves you.
He's
No.
depending on me. Not the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's like 8 in the morning right now. Okay. He don't give off Tommy vibes just yet, but again, it's all about how the people act. Imagine wanting to come over to somebody's house and you think you're about to go eat some pancakes. You show up and they're big hungry asses ate all the food.
He's losing it.
You eating leftover fucking chicken wings, bro? That shit is never good. I can't do it. Putting a fucking bone in the microwave don't sit well with me. What a JanSport backpack? Bro, let's go. Go grab. Are you stealing his money? Or are you grabbing the money in the watch for him?
Yeah, I want some bacon.
She are this. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Shorty looks like a fucking zombie, bro. Like that's patient zero right there. I mean, come on. I already see the scene in my head. Tommy, put that fucking cigarette out, bro.
Listen to that fucking conversation. Put that out.
Put it out. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Combat veteran. Hell yeah, brother. America, brother. Austin, Texas. George W. Hashtag no child left behind.
You need to know this. Yes, it's on your test next week. Homework is due. End of class tomorrow.
Hey, listen, I've said it before in different shows, but that's not how classes end, man. At least it wasn't for me. We literally had a bell. There was like multiple bells, right? Like we had a wrap up. Like when we knew class was getting close to the end, we had a wrap up period. But you'd also have those teachers that be like, the bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. No, that bell dismisses me. I got 5 minutes to get to my next class. With a 1 minute bell. Then if you were late to class by like 20 seconds, the motherfuckers would like send you to somewhere you'd have to sit in a room and write the Declaration of Independence. Terrible. Or you're getting his watch fixed. I thought she was about to pawn that shit. I was like, maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe I shouldn't give a shit. I mean, she had to get on a bus, bro. That was a long ways away. So it's starting. Ooh, look at their little thing. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a little. That's their window, and they have that pulled down. Okay, so she's getting the watch. She has the watch.
I was thinking we'd make some cookies. Chocolate chip? Raisin.
What? I'd rather I would rather eat this fucking PS5 controller than eat a raisin ever in my life. It's just old grapes. It's old people grapes. It's just grapes that got old, shriveled up, lost all their flavor, and now taste like vomit. Raisins taste like puke. They lost all the flavor and juiciness that the grape once had. It got old, it died, and now we have to eat a dead grape. It's just a little dried up. It was out in the sun too long. It got fucking skin disease from laying out with no sunscreen. And now people want to eat that and put it in cookies. If I go to bite into a chocolate chip cookie and instead it's raisin, I am swinging. I can like feel the vibe of that entire house. Like I know what that house feels and smells like. Oh shit, what'd I tell you? Look at her. Ooh, she twitching. You over here looking at fucking SpongeBob DVDs. Bruh, if she starts fucking clicking, I'm out. Y'all want to go check on Mamaw, who was back here fucking jaw sloped. Ooh. I guess she put her shit back. Oh, but the dog. Dogs know everything, dog. Pun intended. Dogs know. That's another thing too, bro. Don't nobody have no fucking sprinklers no more. I couldn't tell you last time I saw somebody with a sprinkler in their yard. That's y'all gotta remember too. That's the thing. If shit goes south, we ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna tell us nothing. They're going to get the people that need to be safe, They're going to put them somewhere, and you're going to sit there in your house watching fucking Looney Tunes and eating cereal, and the next thing you know, your leg's going to be dissolving off. They ain't going to tell us nothing. Actually, we wouldn't know. Twitter would tell us. Like, Twitter would tell us, and then we'd be roasting the higher-ups. We'd probably know on Twitter before the fucking government knew, to be honest.
Where'd you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better when I do.
It was only $20, which I stole from you.
It was his,
change back because I'm an honest thief.
it was his money.
And you were never gonna do it for yourself. So.
Oh, I love her. I just read the name. It has the word Viper in it, doesn't it?
Oh, there's
Hold
more.
on. Curtis and Viper 2. It's a family affair. Viper, because he was the Viper. In you get what I'm saying. I love that so much. And plus also HBO. And plus also he's the Mandalorian, bro. I should have said Mando and Viper on it. Mando and Viper 2. I'd have dug it.
Oh, this is the one with the deleted
Or
scenes.
Jin and Viper.
Yeah. Imagine how bad those have to be. Come on, pop it in. Let's do your birthday.
Man, the deleted scenes used to be such a big deal with movies. I was about to say, bro, what phone he got vibrating? It's a Nokia! Remember falling asleep and waking up in your room? Like, you'd fall asleep in the living room and you'd wake up, like, back in your bed, like... Ah. The good old days. If that happened to me now, I'd be fucking terrified. Or I'd be convinced people have superhuman strength. And here we fucking go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Sit up, get your biscuits right. It's 2:16 in the morning. There's a dull boom. There's an explosion. Oh shit. I don't even know what the volume is on here. Volume's at max. Yeah, I seen that coming. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. That's not from them nasty ass raisins either. That's real people blood. Hey yada yada hey. Nah, ain't no helping you, big guy. My man whispered and said, help me. You ain't gonna warn her about what's going on? About Mamaw biscuits? What the fuck did I tell you about? Patient Zero. Mamaw biscuits right there. Ah, look at her mouth. That's why she couldn't open it. She had fucking... oh, pesticide, parasite.
What are we doing, Joe?
Back 'em. No hesitation. What do you mean what we doing? Taking them out.
Denise, you get back inside the house. You lock your doors now. Come on,
You get back in the fucking house. You stay inside. We're out of here.
Get your seatbelt on. Hold on.
Oh, look, they've already changed. We're running you over, baby. Yeah, Jesus Christ, you're dead. Congrats.
71 drive through them. Are you serious? Just keep going. Right.
I'm with Joel in that aspect, bro. Like, that's so shitty, but at that point, you just gotta go. You gotta go.
Move. Move.
Ooh, here comes a plane, baby. Back up. Is that some shrapnel that just flew through?
Okay.
Oh, brother, here it is.
We're not sick. We're not sick. Sir. We are not sick! I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay. All right. Baby, listen to me. Come on, baby girl. Come on.
20 years later, that is how The Last of Us fucking starts. Is that right there. First time I played this game, I had always heard the names Joel and Ellie, and everybody was like, you should play this. I thought that Sarah was supposed to be the main character. I just thought that, like, I had envisioned, maybe it was the box art was different or something, or no matter what it was. Like, I was like, oh, that's not what that character looks like. I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. I thought that's who the main character was, so I didn't think anything at all. And I had to watch that play out. Obviously different in the video games. And just, you think you're found, and you think right here, you've ran into the U.S. military. We're safe. We're sound. This is it. This is where we should be. And I think it was because of the injury, her ankle, that they don't know how it spreads or how people get it, so order to execute. And she took all those bullets, and it grazed Joel, and then Tommy kills the soldier. And, yeah. I felt the tears, and luckily they sunk back inside of me the more I thought about it. It's just all fucking pain, man. That's all it is. I don't know why this reminds me of, like, the parent abuse commercials. Have you hugged your kid today? They're a person just like you. That kid reminds me more of Tommy than Tommy did. Boston. Bet Mark Wahlberg's there. Report signs of cordyceps infection, coughing, slurred speech, muscle spasms, mood change. Safety begins with you. The neck, face, and head, 5 to 15 minutes. Torso, arms, and shoulder, 2 to 8 hours. Leg and foot, 12 to 24 hours. You get bit in the fucking neck, you're done for.
We gave you some medicine. We're gonna find you your favorite food to eat. Would you like that?
I mean, this kid...
Get you some new clothes and toys. As many as you want to play with.
Okay. I mean, this little kid was obviously born during this pandemic.
It's just a little needle.
Right in the fucking muscle. I appreciate this lady.
You're safe.
Until she becomes batshit bonkers, probably. Yoga, fire. Oh my God. Is that the little... That's the shoes the little kid was wearing. Into the fucking fire! Holy shit. I guess that kid was infected. They said, hey, we're going to give you a last meal. They fucking fed that little bastard and then gave him some night-night sleep juice in his arm. I wonder if that was the Fireflies, though. I wonder if that was the people, you know, experimentations. This gave you a whole bunch of hydro. And which, if you go back to what the conversation you had with Sarah, he's like, you know, the hardcore drugs. It's cooler when I do it.
Vehicle.
When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light.
Shooting! They're shooting at us!
On your knees!
Oh no, I'm not a...
I'm not a firefly!
She said what she said, bro. I ain't no goddamn bug. You would not believe your eyes. I guess Firefly does roll off the tongue better than Lightning Bug. I ain't no goddamn lightning bug. Hello, Ellie.
My answer is to follow fucking orders. And why do you have some random girl locked in a room? And the guys you have guarding her won't tell me shit? Our people are asking what's going on, and I don't know what to tell them. Tell them to follow fucking orders. You two, go to Southeast 3, now.
Yeah, you know, just fall in line and be good little submissive humans. Don't ask no questions. Don't worry about fucking nothing. Just accept it. Just follow orders. Hashtag eye roll emoji.
Because tonight, every Firefly in Boston is going to gather in this building, and we are going to leave the QZ.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
That random girl locked in that room, West. From our guy in the radio tower in Salem. Is this real? I believe it is. Keep it quiet.
Keep your mouth shut about it. That's your little secret.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
We'll get her where she needs to go.
Yep. Oh man, the confliction in myself still over the end of the game. Both the first and second game had very, I don't want to say controversial endings, but like they're two endings that are just like you can look both ways on and either agree or disagree and still be in the right, you know? Oof.
Chose that place. They put me there when I was a baby.
Just
Just
a-
for orphans.
Just a wee little baby.
I did. Ellie.
You're my fucking mom or something?
You look like your mom.
No, you do not.
You will die.
I'm trying to look at it as a perspective of somebody who's never played the game and is watching the show. Obviously, if you've already played the game, you know the events that happen. So I'm looking at it more than for like a new viewer. I guess for somebody that plays the game, it doesn't matter, right? Because you know. But like for a new viewer, I think coming into both of these mediums, whether it be the game or the show, the video game does a much better job in being vague and leaving you asking questions. I mean, granted, you already know in your brain if you've played the game, but trying to like think of it as a new viewer, it's easy to kind of pick up on like they're giving you the answers already. Very blatantly obvious. The game had answers sprinkled in, but like it was still overall extremely vague. I think playing the game first would be the right choice. My natural instinct was to swing on my microphone, bro.
Yeah. I know. I wasn't expecting it.
Look at that son of a bitch.
No.
Nah, look at them fungi. Mushroom.
You think he came down after he was infected?
Shroomy boy.
Maybe down here is where he was infected.
Little shroom daddy. And blood. Almost just forgot about the mask and everything in some of the more heavily infected areas. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
Yes.
Let brother go home. He threw her little ass directly to the wall so quickly.
Marlene?
I can do it. Kim, you don't have a fucking ear on your fucking head, could you please?
Yeah, damn, she is missing an ear. Fuck.
The old state house.
So who's Bill and Frank? The radio's a smuggling code, right? 60s song, they don't have anything new. 70s, they got new stuff. What's 80s?
She just cracked your code in 2.3 seconds.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I'm
Kill
sure
time.
we'll figure that out.
Your watch is broken.
He knows. It does feel kind of weird that his watch is that has that green. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I feel like it's leather. I can't picture right now in my head. I don't know, just a thought.
You got a jacket in your pack?
Yeah.
Okay, get it. It's time to go.
She's wearing a jacket. We're gonna put on 2 jackets. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I ain't never been cold enough in my life to put on 2 jackets. I've been in -0, bro. Negative -0. Below 0. Just a shirt and a hoodie. I be seeing people put on a hoodie and a jacket, or a jacket and a hoodie with the clothes on underneath of it. I watch people in shows that wear the double jackets. I don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe I just run hot. I don't know. Fight the infection and insurrection.
Hands on your head.
Really, man?
Yep, we're doing this by the book.
Jesus Christ. All right, what about 3/4?
Unauthorized exit. We'll hang you for that. Fine, everything off of this run, and half off on all of the pills. Half off? All off. Risk my job for half off.
You got stabbed, baby.
Get out of the fucking way! Whoa, whoa. We can fix this. Move.
He's been there before. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Don't cut to it. Ah, you didn't need to do it. You didn't need to do it. We knew what he was thinking. Yak him, yak him, yak him, yak him, yak him. Hey, Joel, I think you got him, brother. All that built-up rage thinking about Sarah. Congratulations, you just beat a man to death with your bare hands.
No, I'm not sick.
Joe!
I'm not sick.
Joe!
I'm not sick. Look. This is 3 weeks old. Nobody lasts more than a day. Just look at the old to you. You would have killed me.
Should fucking kill you. When did it happen?
It doesn't matter. You have to trust me. They're gonna catch us if we don't run.
You gotta go.
Joel, we gotta move. We gotta move, Joel!
Let me go ahead and take that motherfucking shaboing boing real quick. We'll talk about it at the end. That's exactly where I was thinking the game would end right there. Was her revealing that she was infected, though. There it is. There's the big-ass building, bro. Oh, I love that so much. 20 years after a fungal outbreak ravages the planet, survivors Joel and Tess are tasked with a mission that could change everything. I think that's a horrible blurb as well. So, like I was saying, I think the video game does a better job in staying vague. And what I meant by that was, of course, Ellie's infection. Right? You can kind of tell by the way they're talking about it that something's up that has to deal with what's going on in the apocalypse, and she's the cure. Like, that's the hints that are dropped immediately. And I think the game does a good enough job of, like, placing itty-bitty, teeny-bitty tits, oh my God, hints to think about that, but not to fully instill it into your brain. So when the reveal happens, it's more of like a, oh shit, she's immune. And it's such a good rush and such a good feeling found in the game. Something you're controlling as well with your hands and your thumbs, so it kind of also makes it a little bit different. But I think that's a fucking, I don't want to say perfect. That's an amazing first episode for The Last of Us. It's amazing. You get the opening. You get Sarah. You get the emotionalness. You get Joel snapping and killing this guy with his bare hands, thinking about being in that situation again. You have him with another woman. You have him with Tess. You have the introduction of Marlene. You have the introduction of Ellie. You have the introduction of Robert, who's immediately taken out, and there's a battery. So now we have our quest. We have our mission. We have to drop her off. And now you can start to think like, okay, we're going to take her because she could potentially be a cure of some sort. This is why she's so important. And It's wild to think that there are so many episodes. I mean, that's an hour and a half, and that's a really good, again, that's a really good opening because it gets you to see Ellie. It gets you to start her relationship with Joel, and you see that she's immune, and you get to go on this adventure with them. I can guarantee what happens in the second episode, but I'm not going to. For those people that don't know anything about the game and shit, I can't guarantee anything after that. There's a lot of stuff that happens. The game could be very long or very short depending on how you play it. But regardless, it's a really solid story. I would have actually have liked to see. I know Troy Baker, who voice acts Joel in the game. I would have liked to see Troy Baker as Tommy. I think visually he would have been a perfect Tommy. But I will get Tommy back at some point, hopefully. And there's still other characters, man. Just to say names like Bill and these other peeps that we'll be introduced to, and we'll explore their stories until we have our climax. And I hope season 1 is just the first game, and I hope season 2 is the second game. And I think they've already said they're not going to go beyond what the source material is for the games, which is beautiful. And I hope in season 2, once we get into that second game, I hope it stops there. And whenever the third game comes out, we'll have a third one, and we can all talk about that stuff at different points in times. But I really hope that they do that and follow the games exactly. A little bit of different things taking place here. It's laid out a little differently, but it's telling the same story. I like getting more of Sarah and relationships with the neighbors, right? Something small like that adds a little more impact. And Joel and Tommy going out, and then their little dinner, and then watching the movie. And I kind of like in the game with Sarah, you know, waking up in the house and having those moments was pretty terrifying. I didn't feel as scared watching this, and I don't get scared too much like horror things, but I guess it's more of like the anxiety, like the anticipation, you know something bad's happening. You got much more of a feel before nighttime hit compared to when it was actually nighttime that things were going on. I would have liked when they got into the truck and were driving off and the neighbors were like, Jesus, Joel, him running over the neighbors. I would have liked for it to cut to the actual, the zombies basically, and them attacking those other people. And much more of that stuff happening. Much more of them, people dying. But I expect we'll see a bunch of that. Getting to see the cordyceps on the wall was very beautiful. Getting to see all these things is very, very nice. I'm excited for the rest of the show. I really, truly am. And I think, again, that's just a really good first episode. I'm looking forward to all of it. We're going to watch all of it here on YouTube. We'll have all of it over on Patreon. Man, an hour and 20 minutes is bonkers. The next episode is just going to be 55 minutes according to IMDb. And I hope they do a good job of putting Joel and Ellie in that their little relationship that they have, and I hope it's as wholesome as it turns out to be. We have 9 episodes to play all this out, and for those of you that didn't, again, play the games, you're gonna go through laughter, you're gonna go through pain, you're gonna go through tears, and I'm excited to see what people think about the ending of this. I'm really interested to see what people's thoughts and opinions are on it. I'm not gonna say anything else, but actually, let's do this. Let's take a second here. If you've never played the game, go ahead and click off. I'm going to talk for a second, starting right now. I'm curious to see what the people that didn't play the game will think about Joel lying to Ellie. I'm curious how they're going to interact with that. I want to know how they're going to interact with him having that twist at the end. Not necessarily a twist, but him saving her life and then lying to her face. And I want to see how Bella pulls that off, and I want to see the way she acts throughout that, and I just want to see the emotions and everything, right? Whew. Man. All right. I'm going to head out. Season 1, Episode 1 of The Last of Us is entitled, When You're Lost in the Darkness. Season 1, Episode 2 of The Last of Us is entitled Infected. And I will see you there next week on the 22nd. As always, links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. Stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.